Okay, folks, it's November 10th, 2010, and this is just going to be a brief introductory video, just kind of highlighting a little bit of what we're doing here. My family and I, we started just on a whim last year, 2009, just trying to grow a little bit of our own food. My kids wanted to try to grow a watermelon, so we wanted to go ahead and try that first, and we didn't start till late June. When we're here in Central Texas, and that's way too late to be really starting a garden, but we were able to start it and get things at least growing somewhat, and we actually didn't have too bad of a problem with it. We had some good success with it, and got quite a few watermelon, cantaloupe, and a few other things we did, some squash, I believe. And so far it's just been kind of a learning experience, I think, for us more than anything else, just going through and trying different things out, that finding out what works and what doesn't work. This year we expanded quite a bit, and we started growing quite a bit more. We also started earlier in the year, right around the beginning of spring, and had some really good success growing some broccoli and cauliflower and cucumbers and watermelon and cantaloupe. We had a ton of food coming in, and finally even had some decent success with some peppers and tomatoes. So we also got chickens, as you can see, this year, and we got 10 at first. I didn't really want to get any. My wife kept asking me about it and wanting to get them, so we ended up getting 10 at first, and this is actually 7 of the original 10 that we got. A few leghorns, we got 4 of those, 4 Rhode Island Reds, and 2 black ones. I came to really love these animals, and these little critters are great as far as just entertaining, I think, more than anything else. They're little personalities, and they're really friendly to us, and it's been a great thing to have for us and our kids and everything, and we get a lot of good eggs out of them. Right now we've got 10 chickens here that are laying, and they are producing, they're giving us about 8 to 9 eggs every day, which is exceptional, I think. And we also got, just about a month and a half ago, 25 Plymouth Barred Rock hens, and so they've got a little while to go before they start laying, but they're a really pretty bird. They're actually, most of the feather is actually black, and it's white on the very tips, it looks like. These guys here are a little skittish. They don't really let you touch them. They'll stay away from you, but they're getting more and more accustomed to being around us. So in all, we'll have about 34 chickens in all. We lost a couple of the Barred Rock. They just a freak deal. And other than that, though, those are the only ones we've lost, and so we've got 34 left of those. And I'll show you kind of our garden area. This is the bulk of it right here, where it's pretty bare. You can actually see some of the old watermelon vine that we had here that's obviously dead now, but this is where we grew most everything that we had, right along this area here. Back to about where that picnic table is, and actually you can see here it's just some of the remaining bell peppers and stuff that we have growing, some banana peppers there and jalapenos as well. Towards the end there, that mess down there is actually tomato plants that I thought were dead, but here as the weather started cooling down, we actually started getting quite a few more on there. I don't know how ripe these tomatoes are going to get. It depends on how warm it probably stays, but it's getting pretty chilly here at night, and it's warming up some during the day, but from looking at the weather, it's going to get cold, I think, here soon, and going to stay cold. So we may end up picking those green and doing something with them. Bell peppers, we just got loads of these. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, probably have 10 or 12 bell peppers just sitting here right now. And even if you get bell peppers cheap, 60 cents each or something like that, you're still looking at $5 or $6 worth of food right here on this one single plant, and all these are pretty much the same. So these are getting to the point where we need to pick them, though, too, with it being getting so cold, and plus some of these are actually just weighting the branches down. You can actually see this one here is really flimsy, and the whole branch is starting to lean pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and probably pick those pretty quick as well. The other thing that we have over here is another batch of chickens that are actually 2 weeks old today, and these are broilers. And unfortunately for these little guys, these are going to be the ones that we eventually eat. We've got 28 of them here, and they look cute and cuddly right now, and they are. And they're really fun to have, but these are going to be the ones that actually we will end up processing ourselves and using for food. These birds are genetically modified to grow extraordinarily fast and put on a lot of weight. And in a factory environment, you generally will get a bird ready to go, I believe, in like 30 days. These right here will take closer to 70 because we're not going through and feeding them hormones or anything like that, and we're not giving them arsenic or anything like that to make them eat more. We just kind of let them eat what they want, drink what they want, come out here, get fresh air, clean water, sunshine, and for the time that they're here on Earth, it's going to be as enjoyable as possible, I guess, for a chicken. This is just a temporary brooder that I have for them actually right here, and you see this lifts up, and then they can go up inside here as well and stay at night. And but in the next week, probably next week or the week after, depending on how cold it is and how they're feathering out, you can see that they're starting to get quite a few of their white feathers. They're kind of in almost into their ugly stage right here, which is when they start going from their cute chick feathers to their adult feathers, and they kind of get to a point where they look really rough and haggard. But if it looks like they're feathered out pretty good, I'm going to go ahead and get their pen ready, and it's going to be basically a pastured poultry is what it's going to be. And if you've seen Joel Salatin or anybody like that, that's pretty common now. It's getting more and more popular, where you basically just put their pen, which will give them shelter, but also have them able to be outside and in an outside environment, but it'll keep them confined to an area of land, let's say right here, and then the next day, you leave them here for one day, the next day you move it to the next fresh patch of ground, and then the next, and then the next, and you do that for the last 3 to 4 weeks of their life, and each day they'll get a fresh patch of ground to forage around on, get bugs, and eat and rest and play around and do everything that chickens are supposed to do. And so that's something that we're going to be working on here in the next week or so, getting ready. I've got it scheduled to actually move them out this coming week, but I don't think they're going to be ready. I don't know. Just looking at them, with it getting cold and stuff too, we've got to really be careful with that, I think, right now. So, but other than that, our chickens that we have here now are producing a lot of good eggs for us. They're healthy, they're happy, they're doing what chickens do. They go around just like this one's doing here, and every one of them that we have in this first batch that we grew has their own name. This is actually Dexter, and I know they've got weird names. That's a boy's name for a female hen. I know that. That's how our family rolls. And so, they go through, they scratch the ground, they have all this area here to themselves to wander around and get whatever they want to, and in return, they give us, and I'll show you over here, some really great eggs. In fact, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 already. 8 actually, and that's what we usually get. We usually get 8 or 9 a day. And brown egg from a brown chicken, or one of the black ones. But every late afternoon, evening, we come out here and we collect them, and you can definitely tell the difference between a store-bought egg and one of those. That's for sure. So anyway, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. What we're going to do is we're going to do a series of videos just kind of covering our progress here within the garden itself, and then also just kind of changes, things that happen with our chickens, following in detail kind of the progress of our chicks over there and the broilers, and we're going to try to keep a steady flow of videos for them from this point in time up to the point we actually process them. So if you have any questions or comments or suggestions, please, by all means, send them this way. My wife and I and myself are not too proud to take help and advice from people that know a lot more than we do about this, and we're just now getting started, and we've kind of learned from a few mistakes that we've made, but we've been kind of just going through, and we're still relatively new at this for sure. So we hope you'll keep watching and subscribe, and you'll see an area there where you can subscribe, and we look forward to having you follow us and keep up with what we got going on here. Hope everybody has a great day, and if you've got the inclination to do this, the one thing I can say is just do it. I don't care if you're just growing a tomato plant in your windowsill. You can do it. Anybody can do it. Doesn't matter where they live. Even Deb says you can do it, and she's the rattiest looking chicken we have here. That's another note. They say if chickens look clean and pristine, like maybe even like this one does, they're not working as hard. Even this one here is a little rough. But Deb here, poor thing, she must be laying every egg we got. And that's what they say. If chicken looks rough, they're usually laying a lot of eggs. This one here, I don't know what's wrong with her. She was pecked at a little bit on her neck about a month and a half ago. And it hasn't gotten any worse, but she hasn't gotten any better either. And that's one thing we've been looking at. But, you know, she doesn't seem to be uncomfortable. And she's just as normal and laying just as many eggs as she always has. So if anybody knows anything about that, why she would look that rough, please definitely let us know. I don't see any other issues where she's like being dominated by any other of the chickens here. You know, but she might be, and it might be, you know, that they're picking on her a little bit, literally. Anyway, that's it. Our website is homegrownfarming.com, and we look forward to talking with you folks soon. Bye-bye.